listening. The timing, if you'll notice the timing, the whole thing timed out just right. It's not like Dana playing the wrong video with the other music. It's fine though. It's fine.
It's fine.
Welcome to Old Gray Bricks. Hello, everybody. It's good to be back, man. How are y'all? You doing all right?
Sounds like you're in the bathroom.
I am. I'm actually sitting on the toilet as we speak.
At my house. Woo!
I apparently live here now. So, yes. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Old Gray Bricks. I am sorry. I am in what is going to be the Lego room. There is nothing in it but me and Orange Lego guy. So, I do have echo. Sorry. I'm sorry. Very sorry. But it's good to see everybody here. Missed you guys. I've enjoyed being in the chat. You guys have done a great job running the show and everything. And I did buy a Lego set. Look. I got the minis.
Big spender. Big spender.
Are you? Right. Is this the beginning of a minion army?
No. I went in to bring some minifigs and I felt bad, so I bought this. So,
did it make you feel better?
Yes. No. Maybe. Anyway. Good to see you. I hope everybody's doing well. Good to have everybody in the chat. We do have a few folks here. Stever is here. Complaints from Stever. Stever is tapping the watch. And since it was a minute late, is Dana in charge again? Do you see that?
I feel like that was a shot fired right there. I was on time, I think.
That was a shot.
You were on time, but it was all sorts of wrong.
Wow.
It is.
It
is.
Well, yeah, it was.
Echo is the sound of amazing things to come, especially after Taco Bell. It's very amazing. But anyway, so let me give you. Can I give you all just a grand tour of my Lego room? You ready? Here we go.
This will be exciting and
center
quick.
stage here. So I have these shelves here that are built in the closet here that I'm going to turn into more shelving here, and the Lego room. There it is.
Wow,
looks like a good size.
It's like
you won't be able to put the Eiffel Tower on the top of your shelves though with those angles.
Yes, I will be. Yeah, the angled ceilings there. It's very nice and everything. So, new thing is if I have to go to the can, I got to go downstairs, and so when I come back up, I'll be like not talking because I've run up the stairs and I'm like I need a minute. But anyway, all right. I'm used to being able to just zip across the hall, fill up my water bottle, take a whiz, and walk back in. And y'all don't know, but now I have to change floors. So anyway, all right.
As long as you don't have to change your drawers.
Better floors than drawers. That's right. So anyway, all right. Glad everybody's here. Good to see y'all. Old and Shirley is in the chat. Brian Anderson also in the chat. So thank y'all for dropping by.
Well, actually, he's there. Yeah.
And there he is, man. Full house. That's awesome. All right.
Hollywood Squares.
It is. Who wants to be center square? Let's put Old and Shirley center square. There you are.
All right. I can either be Whoopi Goldberg or Paul Lynn. It's up to you, depending on your age group.
Oh, totally. Paul Lynn.
Oh, Paul Lynn crowd.
Paul Lynn.
Shadow Stevens center square too.
I'm not sure you've had enough to drink already, though, to be Paul.
We don't talk about Shadow Stevens in the center square. All right. Anyway. All right. Let's start with Old and Shirley in center square. How you doing today, man? What's going on?
Gosh. Well, frantically tried to catch up. My apologies. I had moved everything over to the other to the table there for the live stream last weekend. So I was like, oh crap, looking for my camera, looking for everything else, trying to work up a sweat in this heat, trying to get back on with you guys. So I guess I did mention there was a 72-hour Lego community live stream, which I heard about through our chat here. As a matter of fact, I apologize. I don't know the name of the person off the top of my head, but I'm sorry?
Butt chop?
It might have been. I feel so bad that I apologize to whoever it was that I forgot your name. Reach out to Haley Bricks, who got me I guess the best term would be a night owl spot. That was about the only things that were left open by that point. So I was on at like 1 o'clock in the morning trying to frantically put together something in front of people and realizing exactly how hard it is to be on a live stream by yourself when you don't have a group of smart people like you on there to take up all the time. So
Like who?
Well, people that like to hear their own voice. How about that?
Are you shot? Are you firing a shot?
Fired.
Is,
I heard that. I heard that shot.
Two shots now.
is this again? Come on, people.
I believe Center Square just got an X.
Ooh.
Put the X there.
Oh, that's funny. So, what you been building? What you been doing?
Well, for the live stream, my latest thing is I worked on a Scorpionic mock.
Ooh.
I did not get it done in my little hour time slot, so at the end it just looked like a bunch of gray bricks kind of halfway put together. But afterwards, I stayed up and got it together, and I have to say, I'm going to have to remember the name of the gentleman that came up with this, but he did an excellent job with it. It went together well, and it actually, I think it scales real nice to the minifig, so they did a great job with it.
Awesome. And speaking of gray bricks who barely got it together, who do I go to next?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Let's go to Rich.
Wow. Hello.
Rich's internet's got him duct taped in here so far. Let's go with Rich before it goes.
Yeah, things have been better. I had you missed me getting a new phone. We did that before I went on my vacation. We did all kinds of cool vacation things. And then I went to a funeral of a dear friend of ours. And apparently this weekend, my son's father-in-law died in Woodbridge. So we'll be going down there again. And then 2 weeks later, we'll be going to Brick Fair. So fun times. But in the meantime, I'm sorting brick for the bins, clean brick for the bins, clean brick for putting sets together, and for me. And then I have more stuff to sort through to do it all this again. That's what I'm doing today, and probably tomorrow, and probably Wednesday until early in the evening, where we go drink beer and listen to music, and then go back down to Woodbridge on Thursday, and then come back so I can open the store on Friday. Yay!
Man, you're talking about that. It would be neat to go to Rocklands, and I mean, all those things are not there anymore. But back in the day, when you go to Rocklands, hang out, eat ribs, and and chat after the original Brick Fair. Those days are awesome, man.
Best you could do is Willard's. It's just not bad.
It's bad. It's bad.
It's not that bad.
There's varied opinions. I think Willard's has gotten bad since we went.
I didn't finish my food when I was there. It was
really
bad. I just ate barbecue 4 days in a row in Texas, and I love barbecue. It was bad. Do not go to Willard's if you value your dollar.
Okay. Well, I always go for at least once. So Linda doesn't quite like it either. So, I mean, what are you going to do? It's like a last-ditch attempt to have barbecue somewhere.
Rich, I didn't understand what you just said.
What? Going to Willard's?
No, after that.
Try to go at least one time to have barbecue at Willard's.
No, you said
you're still not. I'm still breaking up, right?
No, you said something about don't like barbecue, so I was saying I don't understand what you just said.
No, I do like barbecue. Willard, to me, Willard's is okay. I've had Kansas, St. Louis, Missouri barbecue. It's good too. I've had some Texas barbecue on my day, but it's been
what? Missouri barbecue.
Yeah.
Kansas City is across 2 states.
I know.
That's very confusing. We were just there
I am.
last week. I don't know what state I was in half the time.
Hey, Matthew told us you had some exotic kebabs.
Exotic kebabs.
Is that a euphemism?
It could be. Better talk about it.
Am I up?
Yes.
I don't know. I got back from Brick World. That was fun. Had some kebabs, but they weren't kebabs. It was like a wrap. It was pretty good. It's Greekish, right?
Sure.
Sure. I don't know. I got back from rodeo. I'm done with conventions for the year. It feels nice just to like sit down and our lug had their show like the day after I got back from Texas. So I basically like pulled in the driveway, went to bed, and then drove away when I woke up to set up for our lug show. And that ended yesterday. So now I'm finally like back in my room, which didn't clean itself while I was gone, which was kind of disappointing because it's kind of a mess in here. You can see it's messy. But
Hey, I got a cure for getting a clean room.
burn
Ready?
it.
Buy a new house. It's clean in here. So
Yeah, that's a good idea. But
Move away, and it'll be all there when you leave.
Yeah, I don't know. That's about it. I don't know. I won an award in Texas, and I got to talk with Beyond the Brick. So maybe in a couple months, my video will be on the air. I know they're still uploading stuff from Chicago, so it's gonna be a while. But that was kind of cool. I got to cross off 2 things off my Lego A-full bucket list.
nice. I tell you what, when we get to Matt, I want to know his perspective, your perspective more on Brick Rodeo. It looked like a great show, and I want to know more about it. Maybe
yeah, if I lived near Texas, I'd probably go every year. It's really well organized. The swag bag was awesome. Like for those of you who went to Chicago, like you got 2 little like dime bags of pieces, and like in rodeo you got like a whole it's like you robbed a bank. But like it's a huge sack of Lego. So it's pretty awesome.
Did it have the dollar sign on the sack? Just
yeah, but it was the European one. It was the pound, the euro. I don't know what
Euro had the Euro sign on
it is. The Deutschmark.
The pound.
Your mom's a Deutschmark.
So
All right. All right, Captain Xavier, how are you, sir?
Warm. It's warm where I am, and I don't like it. It has been a while since I did anything Lego related. It had been so long since I'd been up here, there were cobwebs across the doorways. It is unlivably warm up here in the summer because my attic is not insulated at all, so it just turns into an oven. The air conditioning, all it does is keep the building from catching fire.
Nice.
But I was recently in Denver at Fan Expo, and I got to meet Moto in person.
I saw that picture. I was like, "Hey, I know that guy."
Yeah, I got the plate, the custom.
Oh, you got the plate.
I got the playing card.
Nice.
And I got art.
Oh,
nice.
Signed
It's
by
lying
Moto.
art, but it's art.
I have his signature.
That's awesome.
And at Fan Expo, I bought a Borg.
Ooh.
Is that Lego?
No, not official Lego.
Not official Lego.
It was way larger than I was expecting.
That's what she said.
No, it isn't. That is a pernicious lie.
Nice, Steve. Nice.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'll probably make Orc Cavalry using it. While we've been having this chat, I made this shiny-looking fellow.
Nice.
He has dags. You don't usually see dags. Look at that. Look at that dagging. That's it. That's all I got. I got nothing else. Warm.
Hey,
I don't like
Dana.
it. My brain is.
Ooh, you got a moto child too?
And a moto doll.
Nice.
All right.
Swagalicious.
I've actually got a finished building Moto's gift to me from last year.
Right there.
You got your one from this year? Yeah.
Yep, right there.
I haven't done last year's.
If he's catching this on the replay, I am currently fingering Moto from a distance.
Oh, come on.
Nice.
And silence.
I'm glad y'all classed up the joint since I've been gone. So
It's usually much better behaved when you're gone. It's always when you're here that people act out. Kind of the
Yeah,
whole.
because when you're not here, I'm constantly having to talk and I can't think. Where now I have, I have a moment where I can be like, oh, this will be clever.
It's no fun misbehaving if the school teacher isn't there to go, now kids, settle down.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. I forgot to have that button on the ready, the PG-13 button. So it's fine.
Dang it. Turn it around again.
All right. Let's second with Jeff, our lone Canadian today. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Yourselves? Wait, we already had that conversation. I am. First, Castle Keep is almost done. Waiting for a couple orders that should be in the next couple of weeks to fill in the blanks. You can't see it from far away, but there are gaps still in the towers because there's brackets that are missing. But yeah, I'm liking the way it looks. Once that's done, I'll put it on the rest of the castle and put all the rest of the walls back up and take some photos of it or something because it's not going to a show till November. So, and then I might start working on the on a 2-foot expansion into some farmland or something like that. In the meantime, I am doing lug bulk, or I'm processing my lug bulk. For example, 35 or 2,200 little regular green flower plants, leaf thingies, because these were never on the pick a brick wall. It was always the bright green ones. So this actually almost never made our list for the Toronto lug. And
which part?
I put it as my first pick, and I was like, don't our first picks get put in by default? And they're like, yeah, usually they do. And they're like, well, why wasn't mine? And they're like, because bright green has always been on the wall. And I'm like, no, this is regular green, not bright green. And it turned out to be the second most picked item. Out of all the
You go, Jeff. You put those lug sons of biatches in their place.
They're right. They're Canadian. They're hosers.
Yeah.
Those hosers.
Hey, geez.
Yeah. So yeah, and I was saying earlier before the stream started, the hoser comment. I discovered I've never known why hoser was an actual phrase, but I heard this week that when two teams were playing hockey, and the losing team would have to hose down the rink afterwards to level it off and everything, so they were called the hosers. And I'm like, that makes total sense. So it's like completely Canadian as to why that is, but. Yeah.
But did they tell them sorry at the same time?
Well, yeah, they say sorry, hoser.
Sorry, hoser.
Yeah, but yeah. So I'm just processing my lug bulk right now. Dave Cowdice beat me on these guys. He got like 400 of them, but
400,
200. Yeah, I think we were trading with David Sincere with their lug bulk.
We did the pale. We did the light green, trans green.
Okay.
Yellow. So I've got. Yeah. If you want to do actually, never mind. I've got it.
I ended up just getting the trans green and orange on bricks and pieces, but I didn't get like 200 of them. But yeah, so that's about it. I'm working on Castle. Yeah, lug bulk, selling stuff still. Usual crap. So.
Cool. All right, Matt, tell us about your adventures. I'm sorry, what was that, Jeff?
Oh, I just said, I'm glad you're back, Chris.
Thanks.
Well, before I do my review, I have to give a tip of the hat to Mr. Van Winden, who alerted me that after goats sold out the very first day, they popped back up, and he's like, goats are back in stock. So goats.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the Wolfpack to come back in stock so I can order more Wolfpack.
Yeah. The goats were bestseller too for like a few hours.
They were here when I got home from Brick Rodeo. That's how quick they ship. So if you have a serious goat problem, goat lust, you can order and they will be here before you.
No, they're not bestsellers anymore.
What?
And they're out of stock.
They were bestsellers for about half a day.
Got it.
And
Okay.
then
they're no longer in stock.
All right.
Yeah, and they ran out of stock. They went to standard, and then they ran out of stock there too. So,
Ooh,
Can you
well,
imagine there's a worker in Billund. He's taking a drag off of his cigarette. He spent like 3 days making goats, and he sat down and somebody says, "Hey, you need to fire up the goat," and he just drags that cigarette and slaps it down. That it starts cussing and whatever.
What? I have to make more goat?
well, first of all, it's Europe. They probably can't smoke on the job. And secondly, he's a robot, so he probably doesn't smoke either.
Thank you for stealing my joy. Tell us about your life.
but servos might be smoking after that.
All right, so I will give you the complete Brick Rodeo rundown. So when you arrive, you get this bag that comes also with a keychain that you can put on your key fob. It's a nice bag, honestly. Like it's a lot of times you get these, the recyclable bags, but it's kind of like reinforced, and
it's like a nice tent canvas.
It's a high quality bag, and inside the bag,
we give those bags away at my work. It's not high quality at all.
All right, the rest of you can just pipe.
Well, when you're used to the bags that he's getting,
I will not strip. That was in the pre-show. Sorry you missed it, but you also got this really nice Brick Rodeo. This brick is their logo, and space was their theme. Sorry, space guys, you should have come this year.
I wish I had.
So they gave that out, and then inside we got a very nice little sticker sheet of dreams. I don't know if that was in every bag, but it was in mine. And you got a Brick Rodeo pin. You got your Brick Rodeo brick, and then it was my first rodeo, so I got my first rodeo, which is totally worth it just so you get your first rodeo brick. And I'm always trying to figure out what to do with the printed brick, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to get ambassador on there for if I can remember to wear my brick badge at our logo.
Well, if you actually signed up and actually got the Christmas gift, you would get an official Lug Ambassador brick with your Christmas gift.
Yeah, just rub it in that more.
Sorry about that.
The deadline on that. And then the Bearded Brick Builders, you get a special handshake if you wear the shirt on the right day. And the brick says it ain't our first rodeo, but actually it was my first rodeo. So I don't know if I can wear that brick in good conscience. But you also got little printed tiles, Brick Rodeo stuff on it. Then
we have to talk to Nick.
Then
I mean, seriously.
Then you got a bag of parts. Now, these parts were not all the same. But you got a collection of cool parts.
Cool parts.
And
you got magenta. Oh, fair.
And then I got the dark red, kind of curved piece. And
stunk.
Some Dana bait, orangey pieces. A whole bunch of dark blue tree limbs.
Wow.
And I didn't get this in my bag, but this is the Lamborghini hubcaps. And I was like, oh, I want that. So every morning they had the swap meet. So you could show up and you could trade with other people because not everybody got the same parts. And if no one wanted to trade with you and you really wanted more Lamborghini hubcaps, there was the bank, which was the leftover bags that didn't end up. And so you could go up and trade things away to get more Lamborghini hubcaps.
So pronounced Lamborghini.
Whatever. It's a car. If you wanted more car hubcaps, you could get 3 of them, like some people did. But the one that will make some people turn purple, this being the purple spaceman, was their
I got it too.
Entire bag of purple air tanks, people.
Is it nice?
Ooh, So
it's very nice.
You get just not random, but you get a collection of parts that are kind of newish or interesting colors that you can either swap with somebody else. And so instead of having one garage sale every morning at like 9ish, they had a room set aside that they called Assembly Square, Assembly Hall. And you could just go in there and trade, and you could also sell stuff. So if you had some stuff, that you brought to pitch, I didn't bring anything this year, but there was definitely some interesting stuff. Then in your bag, you also got.
Well, wait, there's more.
There's a lot more. All right. So then you got everyone got the parts needed to go to the Habitat workshop. You didn't have to pay anything extra. It was just you bought the ticket. You also got the parts to build a habitat. You could go and do that. I already emptied out the foliage because I was putting foliage away from bulk lug.
Foliage.
But there was a foliage workshop.
Foliage.
Foliage.
Aluminum foil.
Some car, some foil.
Aluminium.
Not aluminum foil.
So you could go to the workshop. You didn't have to sign up for it. You just showed up and you already had the parts that were needed to participate. But wait, there's more. The Steve Guinness Simple Motion had all the parts you needed to do up to 8 different motions by turning a crank. And then he had a little sheet, and he did 2 sessions where he walked through up, down, left, right, galloping motion, all this kind of stuff.
BA select start.
I just have to say he's super nice. Like he could be Canadian. I mean, that's how nice he was. He's British, from Chester, and super, super nice guy. The one thing that he said that was kind of interesting is that most of their Lego conventions in the UK are a single day. And he said, we could learn something from the way you folks do them, where it's a multi-day event and there's activities. And he said, most of ours, people just show up and plop down their stuff and everybody looks around and goes home. It's over quick. Super nice guy. If you don't know who Steve Guinness is, he was the fan designer of the fan green typewriter set, like sold for a while. And so one of the things that he'd brought is a typewriter in 4 or 5 different colors. So he'd redone the set. And he talked a bit about the design process and what that was like. And if you also don't know, he was the winner of season 1 of the British version of Lego Masters, which isn't really quite like any of the other seasons.
It was the first ever Lego Masters.
Yeah, they were kind of working out how it was going to work.
If I'm not mistaken, isn't he the brick consultant?
Yes.
That's actually probably how most people know him, is the brick consultant.
And I think that was the only season of Lego Masters in the UK.
Is that right?
I think there was only one. There might have been a second one, but it was more kid-oriented.
Yeah,
and then it died off. I can't remember now, but
he said something that the one thing that he liked about the way they did it is that I think they worked with an older person, younger person team, so they had kids involved, and it was more focused on sort of creativity and working together and that kind of stuff. But super sweet guy. I met his wife on the last day. They sat next to me in the closing ceremonies, and he also won an award. I honestly,
hey, Matt,
I thought he was gonna win, get some the judge's choice or something like that. But he got a.
Did you get Steve Guinness Gugik?
I don't.
I'll show you. I got it.
Remember.
I'll find it.
Okay, you find it. So also in your bag was a purple spaceman of different colors, but especially the purple spaceman with purple hair as well as an option. So again, this was the year if you were into space. And then you got, this is all part of your entry fee, the unique set for this con, which was a brick built belt buckle.
Awesome.
The local person who designed it said you may need to craggle it if you wanted to actually wear it, but you can wear it. It's probably not going to stay in one piece. And I got to chat with him when we were waiting to set up, and I said, "Oh, the belt buckle just really made me kind of chuckle." And I said, "He's like, why?" And I said, "Well, when I think of Texas, I think about people wearing big belt buckles." And he goes, yeah, it is part of our culture. So he's like, "That's why I picked it." And he's like, "Well, I'm glad you were entertained by it." And I said, "I am entertained by it. I think it's pretty funny." All right. And then, but wait, there's more. You could sign up for one game. A lot of the things at Brick Rodeo were not capped. That is to say, you could show up to almost all the workshops and participate. that, but you could sign up for 4 slots for games, and they pick you for 1. So I got picked for the one-handed build, which I'm not a fast builder, but I thought maybe one-handed I could compete with other people. So
That's what she said.
yeah.
So
I have a lot of experience with one hand. So
Oh boy.
our build was this.
that's got to clear the air there. Okay, thank you very much.
My husband could have done that because he only has one good hand. Anyway,
Oh my gosh.
I'm talking about building. So I started off. I'm going to try not to put any entendres in here. I started off. It's really hard.
Careful.
Now that I think
Really?
about
That's what she
The
said.
first thing you say is it's really hard. Wow.
I am enjoying just listening to all this.
I got off to a quick start, and I.
Oh, here we go.
You
And I
finished
thought-
early, didn't you?
Maybe. No, I never finished first in one of these contests.
Oh, come on.
And there's a young kid sitting there with
Oh,
his
no.
dad, and he came. He came from behind and passed.
You came from behind?
Yes, he did. And I thought he was going to be the overall winner. We had like 4 or 5 tables, but another kid at another table finished just ahead of him. So he came in second. I don't know. I came in like 5th or something. But I actually thought that's better because the only other time I participated in the speed build, I came in 10th out of 10. So not very rapid. All right. And then this was something that I did pay extra for, which was
Oh, good. There's more.
the lighting workshop. So you paid $35 and you got the small Lego set, and then you got 5 different baggies from Light My Bricks, and they must have sold to Brick Rodeo at wholesale because there was no way that they paid. $35 would only get you like stuff that was in our little packet. So for $35, you got the Lego set, and you got at least $35 lights, and they walked you through. The only thing I would say about this workshop is they underestimated how long it takes middle-aged people to thread very delicate wires through the middle of a Lego build. And we could not do it that quickly for the hour allotted. So it really needed an hour and a half. But Simon Liu sat through all those double entendres.
Yeah, he did.
But it was really useful. And one of the things I really want to work on in the next 12 months is incorporating more lighting in my own builds. And so both motion is something I want to get better at, motion with brick and lighting. And so both of these workshops were really helpful to me personally. And it was great. They were not packed or anything. So, we had a lot of chance to just, ask questions and get to know the actual people, and they would stop, and they, it wasn't so big that they wouldn't respond to individual people. Okay, so that's all the stuff you got in your bag. The other thing is, this is the most organized Lego convention I've ever been to. Like most Lego conventions, you check in and they're like, oh, yeah, your badge isn't in there. Here, let's dig around in this box, or like, oh wait, what T-shirt did you want? I mean, everything was ready. Every time I had a question, and if you swung by the table, there was like, oh, you need to talk to this person. They can answer your question. They had their phone, they had their schedule, which there was like a kind of brief overview in this thing that was in your bag, but they had it as a barcode that you could scan on the back of your badge to get in. And you just scan the barcode and it just brought up the schedule, and you could click, and then you could tap on each item and you could see exactly what room it was in and who was running it. I went to 4 parts drafts. I would have gone even more, but I ran out of times. And I got a ton of parts and had a fantastic time at the parts draft. And but it was just so organized. And I told Will Heron, I said, this is easily the most organized Lego show. And he goes, well, that's none of my doing. He goes, I don't do that. They had a charity auction, and Mr. Anderson in the chat bought a couple of things. So I bid on a few things, and very quickly, everything I was interested in escalated out of my target zone. And I was like, yeah, nope. And what I really wanted was the stained glass window of the classic space. and I think that ended up going for $900 to $1,000, which was about 3 times what I was willing to pay for it. So it was all for charity, so that's great. And Claire, who's one of the moderators on the Gayfels Facebook page, won. So I said, look, if I'm not going to get the piece, I'm happy it went to a friend of mine, and she's somebody who really likes it. Really was very happy with it. So the bidding was a little steep, but they had some cool items there. I did getting some recyclable bags that people that a woman had sewn on, like a minifig walking and a couple of different things that I thought were interesting. So I did end up getting something out of that, but yeah, it escalated very, very quickly. Now, Brian Anderson, who's in the chat, Brian and I hung out for a bit at Brick Slopes last year, and we were both staying at the hotel, and so the hotel had complimentary breakfast, and so most of the people who were attending Brick Slopes tended to show up for breakfast about the same time, because you're going to head over to the venue. And so we ended up chatting quite a bit over a couple of days of breakfast. And so I saw him the first day, and I was like, hey, we should, maybe we can get lunch or dinner or something like that. But he didn't come solo this time. And so unfortunately that never worked out. but Steve and I were able to go out for at least a meal. And a couple of folks that I'd never met in person from Portland, they were there, and they're Facebook friends and Instagram friends. And so they went with me for barbecue, which brings us to the food. The weather in Texas was terrible. It was 98, 99, 97. And then we got a band of rain from the hurricane that was hitting Houston, and it briefly cooled down to 73 degrees at night. And I thought, oh, tomorrow's going to be great. But no, when I walked out the next morning, my glasses fogged over because it was like a sauna. All that rain got vaporized, and you could cut the air with a knife. But the food was fantastic. I had barbecue 3 times, and I went to the kebab place twice, and I did not have a bad meal. I stayed at a bed and breakfast. Originally, my spouse was going to come and our 2 cats, and then that didn't work out. And talking to the lady, she's out watering her plants, and I'm getting ready to head over to the Lego convention, and we just start talking, and I showed her a picture of the mosaic, and she's like, oh, I love that painting. She goes, I'd really like to see that. And I was like, well, just come on over. There's different time slots. So she brought her boyfriend. I was their date. They came over to the Lego convention, something she had never done before. And she walked around, and she's like, hey, so I mean, weird things happen at Lego conventions, but I had my, landlady from the B&B actually come to see my exhibition. So that was kind of wild and crazy. Just a great.
Crazy.
I'm wearing my my steer hat here for. It was also 4th of July, so I was driving back on the first night, and fireworks were going off around the city, and I was ready just to go get in bed. I was pretty tired, but got to meet Bricks in a Snap, who shared his technique for stabilizing large mosaics with Dana and I. So both Dana and I have done 10-foot tall or 10-foot wide mosaics, and they rely on a system of zip ties and aluminum conduit rods to give them the rigidity that they need. And he was the one who shared that with us. And I had messaged him on Instagram, but I never met him in person. And so, as can happen at Lego conventions, this person came up to me, hey, Matt, great to see you. And I had no idea who he was, because I just knew him as Bricks in a Snap. I didn't even know his last name. So it was great to actually get to meet Greg, who now I know his real name, in person. And the other thing that I would say positive for folks that are maybe thinking about going to a show that's further away is if you go to Slopes or if you go to Rodeo, you're going to see builders who just never come east. And so there was this 7-foot tall space station tower that was huge. Tim from Lego Masters, and who's been on the show a number of times, he had a gigantic layout of the Old West, which was really cool to see. And one of the builders, they have an award there at Bricks Rodeo for something that's Texas themed. and he had done a layout of Cap Rock, which is a state park in West Texas, and he had brick built buffalo, and you could like bend down and you'd have a forced perspective. So he built a backdrop behind it with the rocks and the sun and all that kind of stuff. And then he had all these hills, he had a river, and he had brick built buffalo. It was one of my favorite things there. It was just fantastic. Really, really, really fun to see some stuff. The only downside I'd say is
The weather.
The weather. That's right. So two downsides. The other downside is they need a bigger venue. It's just outgrowing the venue. And compared to, I don't know, Steve, what would you say? Compared to Brick World, I would say it was 1/8, maybe less than the floor space.
It's like a fifth or a sixth, maybe.
Fifth or sixth. Now they pulled the vendors out into the hallway, and they had another separate room that was set aside for castle stuff. But
that is so cool.
I did not get one of those. Oh,
Focus.
That's awesome.
That is
won't focus. It says, come on, focus. There we go. So it says, never give up in your dreams. I don't actually have the typewriter, but I guess that's somewhere on the actual set too.
Yes. Yep. And he said that if you build a typewriter set, there's a note in it, and it's actually, the note is actually written by the fourth generation of the family that owns the Lego Corporation, and that one of the reasons that particular set got accepted, he thinks, is that there's a picture with the second generation owner of Lego sitting next to one of those old typewriters. And so he used that picture when he submitted it to Lego, and it kind of touched the owners. Were like, oh, this is like not only a cool build, but it actually connects back to different generations of Lego chairman, or I don't know, owners, or what term you want to use.
So wait, let me ask you a question. For all that swag, what was the entry fee for the convention?
I think it was $100 for what they called the all access pass.
Yeah, it was comparable to Chicago.
You got a lot more stuff though.
Yeah.
A lot. And I don't know how they even make it break even. I mean, maybe the venue's cheaper because they're not renting a huge hall. Essentially, if you've been to a hotel where they've got the small conference rooms, they use those for workshops and for parts drafts. They basically used what was probably the banquet hall area. So if someone had a wedding and they needed to seat like 200 guests, that was the Lego mock exhibition area.
One of the cool things. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. No.
One of the cool things I thought was the awards are all unique. Like they all have the same like Texas base, and then depending on what the category is, there's a build on each one that's unique to the category. And the cool thing about that was like all the volunteers and the people that were, it was all like volunteer brick. So like I believe none of the Lego that they used to build those were like donated by Lego. It was all like the people who ran the show and the volunteers, they built them themselves. So that was kind of cool.
That's awesome.
They also had one of the things I liked about the way they did their awards is they had and Steve won one of these, if I remember correctly, mocks of note. And so the mocks of note were maybe something that didn't fit into a category very well, or it didn't come in first, but they felt it deserved recognition. And so they had an ability among the judges to hand out like more awards than they had categories, if that makes sense. And I thought that was a great idea, and probably makes the judges' lives a little easier if they're sitting there going, oh, wow, there's like two things here that we really want to like, give some props to, but we are only allowed to give out one trophy. They've got mocks of note, which is a way to say like, hey, this is also deserving of celebration. So I thought that was a nice way to do that.
Sounds like honorable mention with more steps.
I don't know.
Better than Miss Congeniality, but
and
true.
And guess what won? Guess what won the public vote?
It was only by 15 votes too. I wonder what the second place one was.
Yeah.
They said it was really close.
It was a Wayne Tower Batman, which it was. I'm not disrespecting. I would have put like 15 things higher than that personally. When I walked around, I was like, it's a square building. This is Wayne Tower on it. It has Batman. It's like, apparently IPs are the way to go if you want to win over the public's affection. So
No,
that is a correct assumption. That is a correct assumption.
So I was like, note to self, build Star Wars or, Batman if you want to win the public vote.
No. Technically, if you really want to win it, Disney.
Yeah, that's very true.
That's true.
Not to throw any shade on anybody who builds Disney, just saying it's very popular.
So when I went to Brick Slopes, I think the winner, it was either first or second, it won a fan's vote. And I felt like this was almost unfair, but somebody had built like a Mormon tabernacle. And I'm like, come on, home
it's Utah people.
Here. That's not right.
That's funny.
But fans get to vote for what they want to vote for. So
yep.
Cool. Oh, let's see. You haven't checked in with Sandlin. How are you doing to this evening? How are you, sir?
I am okay. I just finished building the Lamborghini. What's it called? It has like a really long name. Lambo V12 Vision Gran Turismo.
It's got the wrong hubcaps on it though.
No, it doesn't.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, well, the actual, I looked up a photo of the actual car, and these should have had a lot more printing on them to make them look a little more. Although it would have been nice if these had been molded, but I guess this is what Lego does now, is print on a tile that you stick on there. So, but I did think it was pretty cool how this doesn't use the big tray on the bottom of it that a lot of the speed champions do. This is actually all brick built, which was cool. Although it does have the thing that drives Chris crazy is when the driver has to lie down in the vehicle, but that's the trade-off.
Yep.
But it looks pretty cool.
It does look cool.
It does have a lot of nice olive color, especially if you don't do the stickers like I did, you get a whole bunch of nice olive bits. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So that's what I've done this evening. Otherwise, not much Lego news for me. So yeah.
It had that set had the most infuriating stickers. That one that you put on the top fin and the olive just to get that one little bitty black stripe to complete the stripe up at the top fin it was just like, what? Yeah, that sticker right there. You can see it just has one little bit of a dash right there. You have to put that sticker on that piece to complete that. And it's like, come on now. Oh, come on. But still, it is full of great techniques. But if you sneeze, the exhaust pipes come off the back, so that's kind of infuriating. But
yeah, they sort of stick out, but it's okay.
Yeah, the solution for the 3 light for the tail light, that sticker is infuriating too, but it looks really cool when you're done. Super neat. All right, let's switch over to the chicken proctologist with John or also known as a chicken giving birth to Dana. So, how are you, sir?
Which came first, the chicken
or the Dana? Or the Dana?
I don't know. This is actually an official Chicken City Ale Raisers mascot hat from my brewing days back when, yes, my handle used to be Troubles Bricking. Or before Troubles Bricking, it was Troubles Brewing, and I know that it still makes Chris laugh that I changed my Instagram handle, but suck it like an egg.
Because I razzed you, that's fine.
Oh, I said suck it like an egg. So I thought I've been wanting to wear this hat, and since Chris was coming back, I figured I would go ahead and don the Chicken City Ale Raiser hat. I was only going to wear it for like the first few minutes, but no one said anything about it, so I figured I'd leave it on. And now I officially have chicken head hair, so I'm leaving it on. That one didn't go over as well as I thought it would. Anyway, what I got going on. Yes, that. What I've got going on is I did finish this little baby over the weekend.
I'm sorry.
The stickers would be rust, probably, though.
That's
They
true.
probably would. They would definitely be rust colored. But anyway, I went ahead and finished this guy this weekend.
Nice.
Ooh,
The red mega habitat with the Lotus Buddha in the back underneath some red trees.
No, don't moto. Don't moto. Don't.
No, I'm not going to moto it. I'm being very careful. And I also included a couple of the rare little red spruces.
Talking about the plant?
Yeah, I don't know where I got them, but I found 2 of those in my bag of foliage. So I thought, hey, I'll add them in there.
They're actually. I don't think they're that rare. I think they came in like just some older sets.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well,
Aquanauts,
they came in an older set. Most of the people I know who were old, we still call them rare.
okay.
So
I've got like a blue million of those things, I think.
I'll let you cluck there, Dana, and
I'll just keep on clucking, shall I? And of course, last week, I think it was last week or the week before, I showed you I got the Robo Master. Prior to the Robo Master, the only Robo Force I had was the Robo Raptor, which I had gotten from Atlanta Brick Company for forever ago. I forget when it was. But I went ahead and started parting together. And so this evening, I got in 2 parts, 2 posts from Canada, of all places. So I was able to go ahead and build the Robo Raider. And last but not least, I'm working on the Robo Stalker, and then I will be 4 for 4 for Robo Force, and I will have to update my spreadsheet. And now again with all the UFO and insectoid minor small sets I've added, so getting closer to my completion of what I want to do. Not anywhere near close because I don't have any Mars mission or Life on Mars sets, so that's 2 whole themes that I haven't even started to scratch. So
TBI.
Yeah.
TBI.
TBI.
I appreciate your attention to foliage.
Foliage.
Although Matthew completely ignored me when I told him that this was pronounced Lamborghini. He was just like, he just blew right by it.
Lamborghini. Yes, I have the same Lamborghini. We are Lamborghini twins. No stickers.
Triplets.
No stickers.
mine's still in the
You didn't do
box.
stickers?
No stickers.
Take with that one you want.
Yeah, they actually had the Lamborghini Urus SUV at the dealership today when I went and took my car to get looked at, and one of them started up out in the parking lot. Mamma mia.
That's the good stuff, you know?
Heard it start up, and then I was just like, mamma mia.
Mark went and had a cigarette. Yeah.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
All right. All right. So point of decision. Are you guys shopping Amazon super deals the next 2 days for Lego?
I mean, if they have super deals.
Yeah, they've been pretty much blah most Prime days. So
the last couple of years have been pretty sort of.
You had to hop on in like the first 25 minutes and then they sold out. Yeah, dude.
Shop at Home's got the deals going too, though. They've got double VIP points for the next 4 days and probably some sales, I would think.
And Walmart sent me an email. They had the Galaxy Explorer at $70. Is not the price many people would like to see it at, but it is there right now if you want it at that price.
I'm impressed that they even have any still.
Yeah, really.
They were either clearanced out long ago or off the shelves or who knows what.
Amazon did have the Droideka for $52. I picked it up because it seemed like a pretty good discount. I thought it'd be nice for the droid pile there to add in, but
that happens to be the set that I was trying to find the other day that I could not find, even though I know I bought it.
oh, I must have got the last one I stole from you.
You got problems, man.
I don't know, man. I went down. I spent 20 minutes in the basement looking for that set, and I know I bought it. I know I've got it.
Sure.
The new one or the Technic one from back in the day?
I sold the Technic one to Atlanta Brick Company. I bought the new one. So
yeah, I mean, it looks really nice. I just hope that maybe they start this as a trend. That seems like the perfect size and scale. Is that right about that football size droid that gives them just enough detail and it's not a exorbitant amount of money to get into?
I concur. I agree.
Well, just give me that UCS AT-AT for
I'm sorry, the what?
half price. Come on,
The what?
the UCS AT-AT. That's what I
Are you
want.
trying to say at?
See, now, that causes a lot of problems right there. I remember the commercial calling it an at, and I grew up calling it at.
Yep.
That's what it was called. Until the prequel kids came along, nobody said AT-AT.
The prequel kids, I like that.
So does that make the smaller one the at?
The ass.
ATST. It can be.
We just called that the Scout Walker.
Actually, I believe we called it the Chicken Walker.
Chicken Walker.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was a chicken walker. And the man with the chicken on his head. No.
Chicken Walker.
Yeah.
You guys are like a bunch of hens in a hen house.
I also never said TIE fighter, so
Nope.
Yeah,
No one-
Whoa, who says that and who needs a punch in the face?
Yeah, but do you say TIACREF or do you say TIACREEF?
What?
That's how you can tell the stealth Star Trek guys that were trying to infiltrate your group when they called it a TIE fighter or whatever. They're like, nice try.
Hit the Enterprise,
Spock.
Spock. Yeah.
Kirk suck. Well, man.
Wow.
Try again.
What?
I think
Is
you're
your mother
overheating.
with that mouth?
Kirk Spock suckers? Is that what?
Chris,
Damn it, man, boys.
Chris, if you
What?
like,
Go to another
episode,
room and
didn't you?
figure that out and come back and tell us what you're talking about.
You maple sucking puck slapper.
Kirk loving Spock sucker. There we go. Thank you. Okay. Took me a second.
We're about to see Chris stand up and say, "Hey, them's fighting words."
Oh, man.
No jerking in the back of the van. That's all I got to say. Yeah, I'm quoting a movie. I'm just quoting a movie. I can put air quotes around it for you if you'd like to.
And to think I looked forward to this.
Yeah.
There could be children watching this show. They do not need to be exposed to this sort of filth, sir.
It worked out for all of us.
Have
Look
you
at how
not
we all
watched
turned out.
this show?
Yeah, this is what they could
This is
become.
what you're going to end up like.
A bunch of old degenerates.
All in our attics or in our new spaces here trying to.
is it because Chris is here, or is it because there's just 9 of us?
I think it's like punch the buttons. The Baptist is back. Let's see what we can do. Oh me. Anyway, so no one else is. Are you actually just going to look and care if there's Amazon deals, or just nah?
I think I even talked about this the last couple of streams, is that I find myself buying less and less sets and more parts.
Yeah.
So
That's where I'm at. I got so much crap in my room right now. Trying to I got to sort all the drafts that I went and did this past 2 weeks. I got to sort the goodie bag. I got a bunch of stuff from a month ago. My wife was rummage sailing. Yeah, rummage sailing. She was flying the rummage ship, and so I got a bunch of parts that I gotta sort out. So I don't need. My room is so small. I don't need anything else. I'm done.
Did you guys ever see this piece? It was one of the interesting ones we had on Lugbulk, which is a 2x2. I don't know, Chris, if you make me bigger. 2x2 plate with the bar on the bottom.
yes, I have seen that.
It's kind of interesting.
It is interesting.
Yeah.
We ended up ordering the 1x1 with the round with a bar that extends down, and then of course that's the box that didn't ship to us from Lego. But
Has that ever come in? I haven't kept up. Or
it has not come in, and we're waiting for Lego to ship us a replacement box, which could be weeks. Well, will be weeks for sure. It will not happen quick.
Typically, what they have done in the past is that they don't ship out shortages until after they've processed everyone's orders. So it will probably be September by the time we get that last box. Then?
Yeah, it's gonna be Hey, but it'll be like the second bulk lug. It'll be so exciting.
It'll be Christmas Part 3.
Except that there's only 3 elements in there, and one of them is a base plate. So that's
That means I'm not coming to get. I'm not going to get. I don't know if I got any parts on that shipment, but I'm not going to make an attempt till it all gets here.
so the 3 missing parts are half a base plate, which I don't think you ordered, the white piece with the bar that comes down, and the black sausage.
What is it with you tonight, man?
It's what's missing. Other people made comments when I told them that, but I didn't say anything. I just said it was not.
But one of the pieces is the 1x2 with the 1x3 going up as well. Bracket.
1x2 with the 1x3 going up.
Yeah, it's like a jumper plate with another plate going up.
Yeah. And
Like a bracket?
Yeah, but it's a bracket. Yeah.
So it's 1x2 to 1x2 going up? Because there's
1x2 with a 1x3 going up.
Okay.
I'll pull it up for you. Hold on.
I've only seen the 1x2 with the 1x2 center going up.
Maybe it's a 1x2 with a 1x2 center going up. But no, it's not that kind of bracket. But you're
it's a T, right? It's like the new one that was in the train set. In dark blue, I think.
You know, the stack of pick-a-brick cups behind Polda is really making me nervous.
that represents a building.
It is part number 4585.
I'm not looking at.
You don't have to. I'm going to put it into the chat.
I've been trying to take this Technic thing apart like the whole time. There's these pieces right here that are like impossible to take out.
Yep, those are hard.
Yeah. What is that from?
This is the Razor Crest, the smaller one. I'm breaking it down and gonna sell it.
Yeah, I mean, and that's rough, but you didn't have to live through your kid buying all the Chima sets and then trying to break down those Technic chunks.
You could have just stopped right at. You didn't have to live through your child buying the Chima sets. That alone,
oh my gosh,
was the end of the conversation.
Oh,
so the particular bracket I'm talking about, it's only been in 7 sets.
Yeah.
It came out in 2023 in the Orient Express, and then it was just in the tribute to Jules Verne. Those were the 2 dark blue, and then the white.
Yeah.
And the tuxedo, a friend set, castle, polybag, and a Minecraft set. So it's very new and not very common.
Yeah.
So I talked about the Jules Verne set last week. And yes, it's the 1x2 like tile with a 1x2 plate on top of it as a T.
That's what I'm talking
dark
about.
blue. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful piece.
The illusion has been shattered thanks to Dave. What was Gonzo's girlfriend, Penelope? What was her? Oh.
I think it's Penelope.
Lucille.
Penelope the chicken. Right there.
I don't know. That was Lucille.
No, Camilla.
I don't think Penelope is.
That's right. Now we've seen the ugly truth behind Camilla. Thanks.
I was gonna say I don't think Camilla is Gonzo's girlfriend anymore.
They broke up.
Nothing
Hard
lasts
times.
forever anymore.
Dana, you should go feed the raccoons with that on.
They won't care. They won't.
I
Care.
love euphemism.
Gonzo could never catch a break, you know.
That's true. Social media pumped up the Rita Moreno animal singing Fever, that skit from back in the day. And I remember it because it was so funny because Animal was the coolest to the drums and all that kind of stuff. And so she was singing the song Fever and he would do all the crazy drums, you know, in the fills and stuff and scare her and everything. It was one of the best skits ever. And I watched it like 5 times because it brought me so much joy from him. I remember being a kid; that was just hilarious, and that was great to see.
I still love.
You all still and like hit the hi hat like, and then you do the.
I still love the Phenomena skit.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I think it's stuck in my head.
And every time I hear someone say phenomenon now, I automatically go do 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 in my head.
But the all-time best character, underutilized character of the Muppets was New Zealand and his boomerang fish. That was my favorite. He would show up occasionally. You throw them and they come back. And
That's where you get that voice from.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Away, and it comes back to me.
Exactly. I love that.
Chef for me. It's my guy.
Yeah.
Sweetums. I love Sweetums. That big old guy.
Apparently, somebody wrote into the Muppet Show to complain that the Swedish chef was not, in fact, speaking in any known Scandinavian dialect. To which Jim Henson, or I think it was actually the son, responded, "I'm terribly sorry. We shall have him take language lessons immediately."
Man, Friday with the Muppet Show, that was magic, man. I can remember needing to go. They wanted me to go see Santa Claus, and it was like, I'm missing the Muppets for this. What the heck, It's like,
I really hope they'll come out with a second series of those Muppets. I mean, they left out some of the key figures still.
Oh yeah, the collection.
Only half the band.
No. What I want to see happen is that Disney now owns the Muppets.
Yeah.
Why are they not doing Disney versions with Muppets for the movies?
Oh,
I mean, stop doing live action. Give us Muppet movies of Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast and Cinderella. Give us Muppets. Come on.
But with one human, there always has to be one human.
One human. The token, as we like to call him.
The token human. I like that it's been pointed out that the success of Muppet Treasure Island and Muppet Christmas Carol is in the difference of the way the actors portrayed themselves.
Well, that's true.
Because Michael Caine played it serious as the grave.
Yeah.
He was not acting with other Muppets. This was a true retelling of a classic Dickens tale, and he was not going to have any frivolity, whereas Tim Curry was a Muppet.
That is correct. This is absolute. Yeah, this is gospel, by the way. This is gospel. This is gospel.
And Rizzo and Gonzo were the jam in the way they were written and played in Christmas Carol. There's just nothing no better. You can fit through those bars. What?
Yeah.
You're such an idiot.
What?
Oh, so funny. All right. Yeah, that's it. All right. Hey, guys, I think we need to go ahead and land the plane. It's been a while since I said that. So thank y'all for being here today. Thank you for hanging out with us. Had a good chat. Glad you guys had a great time at Rick's Rodeo. It sounds like an amazing show. And hint, nudge, any other organizers of Lego events, they need to pay attention to the swag bag from Brick Rodeo. So somebody call Nick. Let's get him on that. That'll be good. All right. Good to see you, Gil. It's good to see you in there. Some other folks. Who is anybody going to Brick Fair in here? Anybody going? Rich is going.
Might have to be out of town for work, unfortunately, and that's the only thing around me. That's the only con around me. So
yeah. No. Well, I think my next one's just going to be Atlanta in February. So, all right, bring it up, Brad. Hello. All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. Be awesome. Build awesome. Be kind to your neighbor and hug somebody. Make it weird. Have a good night, everybody.